And here we are back again. Oh, sorry, which one are we on? Oh, okay, that's right. Oh, here we are back again on camera too. Now, hello there, everybody. Hope you enjoyed the interview with a white jacket-clad DJ Fontana. A man with many clothes now, I'm glad to say. And with me, if we can get back onto the other camera, of course, we've got our one and only Terry Maley. Are you on camera, Terry?
Yes, I'm on camera.
Before we go any further, Terry, may I ask you why you're wearing that funny jacket? I always catch you with the old jacket. What is the significance of the hat you're wearing? Can you see Terry's hat? Can you make
you want that in profile?
Yes. What does it say on it, Terry?
The boss.
The boss. What is the significance of this hat?
It's a symbol.
Oh, I see. Has it been stolen from a Bruce Springsteen fan?
I think so, yes.
Right, okay. Right, Terry, carry on.
Anyway, before we get down to the silly side of the evening, I'd like to mention that DJ kindly signed one of his photographs for Bev and Nev in Chalet 113, and Bev and Nev have donated it to our charity auction. So if you'd like to put in bids for this all week, we will see how much we can get on that Friday for the auction. So thank you, Bev and Nev in Chalet 113 for that donation. Still talking of donations, an unknown donator has given us 4 plates with different pictures of Elvis on them and stands to put them on, and they're also for the auction. So if you'd like to put in bids for those, please do so. As John said this morning while I was sleeping, you can come in and look at the things that are being donated for the auction, and the best time is usually usual blockbusters. Yeah, or 12 noon at the TV update show time. That's a good time, because there's usually only myself and Bob in the studio, and you can come in and look at things at your leisure. I might just say, incidentally, these plates are lovely, with the pictures of Elvis on. Terry said the chap who's donated them is unknown. He isn't unknown, we know who he is, he just doesn't want any publicity. It's a little bit different, but he's very, very nicely donated these plates. They're really nice, and we'll take bids on them. As I say, come in and if you want to come into the studio either, I would suggest the best time is the 12 o'clock rig at the TVE news update time. Okay, Terry? Yes. Last one on the auction so far is somebody has sent in their confirmation invoice from the fan club travel service.
No, that's very good.
Which has got a credit on it of £1.30 and said, please put this into the charity, so we'll do that.
I think if it's got a credit from the fan club travel service, it's probably worth more as a rarity and as an auction is offered this thing, don't you?
We can do that anyway. Thank you, Mrs. Dunn, for donating that.
It's seriously very nice of you. I tell you, tell the folks how your charity is going. How is the old Give Santa a Grow,
Santa's Grotty Grotto. We did our first session this afternoon and raised an incredible £76 on the first run through. And we've got another 4 days to do it. So
£76?
I think we're going to do very well. Anyway, tomorrow, for the people who are not coming around to our chalet, we're going to take Santa and the Blue Fairy on tour. So watch out for them. They will be actually mobile tomorrow.
Well, this could be something, everybody, of course. This could be something which you want to tell your grandchildren and your great-grandchildren about. Santa and the Blue Fairy on tour. Something not to be missed. Any idea what time this might be likely to happen?
This, I should think, after tomorrow's aerobic session.
Really? Which will finish about 10:30 or so?
That's it. It'll be another short session tomorrow.
I might just say here a little quick word that at 2 o'clock on Wednesday afternoon in the Memphis Ballroom, for those of you who might want to come along, the incomparable Big Slice himself, Bob Bacon, myself will be putting on a little Elvis Blues disco Wednesday afternoon, 2 o'clock, isn't it, Bob? Yes, Bob just wanted to know when it was. As you know, Bob and I, in the evenings, usually put on a 45 minutes or an hour, just depends upon how things have gone, slot of alternative Elvis, which is just to play Elvis records which don't usually get played after discos. In fact, it's really the Elvis music that Bob and I like. And both of us very much like blues, and Elvis has sung so many good blues numbers that we both agreed that we'd like to just do a 45 minutes or whatever it is of blues. So we'll be doing that at 2 o'clock in the ballroom on Wednesday. You're very welcome to come along. If there are 1,000 people there, we'll do it. If there's no one there, we'll do it, because Bob and I will enjoy it anyway. So that's just something which is going on Wednesday afternoon in the Memphis Ballroom.
I'd like to thank everybody who sent me birthday cards today. It's very nice.
Well, today's birthday, can remember every happy birthday, Terry! Yeah.
I had one here from the Caveman Phantom and Sweet Pea, and they say on the envelope, If I can find it here. Terry, would you please sing us One More Day? We will give you £1 each. Now, the people who remember me singing it 2 years ago might like to put £1 each in for me not to sing it.
Yeah, that's very true.
So if we can get more than... So if we can get £5 for me not to sing it, I will not sing it.
Right, okay, that sounds really
But
good.
we'll need this by tomorrow morning.
By tomorrow, it's £5 to Terry not to sing One More Day. Is that a charity, more or less? Well, yeah,
That's the
may we can do much later on.
Yes, later. Before we get the serious stuff out of the
Get
way.
the serious stuff out of the way, because we've got Barry White coming in.
Yes.
He's gone out, you noticed Barry White's gone out. He's wearing black and it's back from Red Russia. He's a colourful chap, isn't he? He really is.
He's all right now.
He is, he's not bad, he's all white. That's right.
That's my favourite.
I hope it's very poetic there, Sherry. Anyway, folks, we'll take another break now for a clip. We're going to go over to a clip. Where is this list of clips, incidentally, Terry? There's most of them there. There's most of them. We'll just have to get... Hang on. No. We like to be officially wrong, that's what it is. Now, hang on, I've marked off to that we're up to Love Me from a Love from Hawaii.
We had that one.
You got that one? Okay, what do you think it is then, Terry?
I'm going to go for Dating from Paradise for Weinstein.
Okay, let's see if we've got one right this week.
There's a game that grown-ups play.
Press release, and we'll read this to you because it's rather nicely worded. And it says, Elvis's untimely death marked for some the end of a great era, an era where showmanship and style were all important, where talent was extremely necessary to get where you were headed in music. The effect of his life will remain with our culture forever. Elvis Presley was one of those few men who gained a real power over people without ever being elected, without ever fooling them, and without pretending to be something he wasn't. The end of his history should sadden us all, for in many ways Elvis Presley is the history, or indeed the large part of the history of our planet, and that is the press release that's going out to all the Soviet newspapers and agencies, so that is going to hopefully do a power of good.
We want us to be sensible about it. It's so easy to say so many things about Elvis. So very many nice things that are all true. But with the Russians, you have to be extra truthful and present them in a sensible manner.
Now tell us, Barry, as you're taking this show to Russia, is there going to be any difficulty with it being an English show with obviously English language?
No, we've overcome that because most of the fans who've seen Forever Elvis, especially in the past 3 years, know that Charlie Hodge narrated Forever Elvis for 11 months. And most recently, until she became very, very ill, Annette Day also narrated Forever Elvis. When we get to the Soviet Union, we have a Russian actress who is going to do the parts that Charlie and Annette have played. So they will be able to understand exactly what's happening scene by scene in their own language, which is nice because we really want them to know the story of Elvis Presley, the man and his music.
Wonderful. Now, as you know, when Barry has come in the past, he's always worn, as a plug, his Forever Elvis t-shirt. Now, as you can see tonight, his t-shirt doesn't exactly say Forever Elvis, so he's going to tell us what it does say.
Well, this is really nice because we didn't do it. The Russians have done this for us. It says Vyachny Elvis, and there is no Russian word for forever. So when we began talking to the Russians about the title of the musical, they said, what are you trying to say? And we're trying to say that the legend of Elvis Presley will go on forever. So Vyachny has two meanings. It means eternal or great. And the Russians have chosen that themselves, so they've elected to call him either Eternal Elvis or Great Elvis. And the rest of it just says Gastrolia, which is tour, and it's 1988.
Wonderful.
And we really, really hope that we've got the story right. All the people that are here at the camp, most of them have seen Forever Elvis. It's because of them that we're going to Russia, because for the past 7 years, from Land's End to John O'Groats, these people at Hemsby tonight have supported Forever Elvis. So to all of them out there, really, a big thanks for sticking by us, because it's you that's got us to the Soviet Union, because without you, the show would have closed years ago.
Great, Barry. Anyway, Barry is hopefully going to give us a write-up or a review of his tour of Russia when he returns. In the meantime, he's brought in some posters to put in the auction, I believe,
yes,
at the end of the week.
And one is special because only one of the posters that I brought has got the Russian top on them.
Well, there we are. So we'll have those in the auction, and if you'd like to put in bids, please pop them in the TVE box. and put the Russian one, if you particularly want the Russian one, we want better bids for the Russian one. Good luck, so thank you, Barry.
That's all right. And if anybody would like a Russian sweatshirt or a t-shirt before I go home tonight, if they'd like to ask me about them, they can have them on Friday when hopefully I'll pop back down again.
Wonderful.
If anyone wants these collector's items.
Keep your eye out for Barry tonight and again on Friday. Now, Barry is going to hopefully get the next clip right for us.
Right. This is an American trilogy from Aloha in Hawaii.
We hope. Christmas and a Happy New Year. Nothing on the back. It's only had one previous owner, and I've seen a number of people on the camp I think could fill that quite nicely.
Yes, Big Sam.
So if you'd like to get your bids in for this, especially Big Sam.
Oh, it's a skirt. Is it a skirt, Carol?
No, it's a pair of wide fronts.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
And who donated this, can you say?
Carol Chamberlain.
Carol Chamberlain.
We don't fit her any longer, she's outgrown them.
So anyway, there we are.
Carol, I'm only joking,
Rather nice pair of pants there, so bids please. And also on the charity front, Dave Richards, our DJ, our alternate DJ, said that he will donate the money that he earns this week towards the charity. So that's rather nice.
The immediate question which begs, of course, is what makes Dave think he's earning any money this week? That's the other thing. Couple of little points here, everybody. Now, some serious, some not so serious. Noise, first of all. If you read the programme, which I somehow suspect that perhaps 99.9% of you haven't really, you'll notice on the first page our fearless leader does mention that it's very desirable to try and keep the noise levels down to manageable proportions after the discos, because some people do want to try and get to sleep and there are kids on the camp. Again, as it happens year after year after year, we had an unfortunate occurrence where last night somebody went right over the top, gave the height of abuse to his neighbours, and crabs them in peace and safety. Where is Pike the Strike?
That was jeans are too tight.
What happens to a Pike the Strike in the evening? I don't think we never get any cup of coffee in the evening.
He's a bit like a vampire, isn't he? You've seen one today.
He's a sort of a vampire, a negative vampire. You see him in the day, not at night. We're not doing them here yet.
We're not doing them here.
Lots to do here yet.
Carry on.
This evening we've got the 50s mime. Kelvin's already done the plug for that. Don't forget to Tuesday evening we've got the Jive Rock and Roll competition. Tuesday's tomorrow. Straight after Monday. That's tomorrow evening at 7. Is it 7 o'clock? Who's got a programme? Tomorrow evening in the Memphis Border we've got the Jive and Rock and Roll competition. But much more important, and momentous event, tomorrow afternoon at 3 o'clock, we've got coming all the way from Felixstowe, none other than the master prancer himself, Keith Harris, with red ribbons and A-coach tags flying in the breeze to show you how to jive and how to rock and roll dance. And those of you who've had instruction from Keith before know in fact that Keith, all joking apart, is excellent at jive and rock and roll dance instruction. He really is great.
Is it the basics in instruction?
It's basic instruction. Oh yeah, I mean, even if you can't dance at all, if you've never danced the step, come along, because Keith really is. He was a dance instructor once, before the war, I think. And you're really excellent. I think whether you're an advanced dancer, whether you're a beginner, a middle dancer, whatever you do, whether you do the South American rumba, the South Atlantic Charleston, whatever you do, come along. Just Keith teaches jive and rock and roll. And smash, put it into the TVE mailbox, and it will eventually get sorted here, and we'll give it to Kelvin, who will be running it. What on Thursday? Thursday we've got the talent show. Have there any entrants for that yet, Terry?
Yes, we've had a few, not too many, so we'd like people to sort of, put their name forward.
But one thing I'm afraid, remember, if you are entering the talent show, we don't have musical instruments. But somebody did ask me, he said as if he was sort of, he must have thought we were organised. He said, do you have a guitar? He said, do you have a guitar? He said, this is the only TV studio I know which hasn't got a microphone, never mind a bloody guitar. And that's on Thursday evening, and the rehearsals for that will be on Friday morning. No, Thursday, I'm only joking. See, don't all catch those, do they? There's little throwaways, Rehearsals for the talent show on Thursday morning. Terry, is there anything there before we
No, I think you've covered everything, except you did mention the 50s mime.
That's this evening.
And the 70s mime. We just happen to have a piece of mail about the mime.
Oh, go on then.
And it says, Ken, this year we have fairer judging for the 50s and 70s mime, as last year's was very unfair. If, for example, more people come from one of the mime artists' area and applause only, he would win. So can we have separate judges from up north, South Midlands, Ireland, etc.?
So, the judges DJ from Florida tonight.
Oh, well, there we are. We can be no fairer.
Go on, what did it say at the end then?
And it just said, you know, we can all stand an equal chance. Some unsigned, whoever sent it in didn't sign it, but we're going to have DJ this year, and I mean, it's not likely to have seen any of the acts.
No, that's right. In a way, it's great we've got DJ doing the judging tonight, and I quite agree with you that perhaps it is a little bit unfair, but do remember, it's not the Olympic Games. You're not getting a gold medallion or anything like that. It is a bit of fun for everybody, and it's very, very difficult to get totally unbiased judging. I mean, we will tomorrow night, won't we, DJ? We will tomorrow night. That girl with the lovely long legs and the beard, she's got no chance, has she? No, seriously, though, DJ's doing it tomorrow night. We do try and make it fair. I mean, we don't deliberately try and make things unfair. Right, are we going to sail into the mail now, Terry?
Yes, we've...
Sorry?
Tonight.
Tonight the judging, sorry, yeah, what did I say? I know, they're my deliberate mistakes. Everybody knows I make one or two, and it's Scotland. Yeah, I've got one. This is to the Phantom, but believe it or not, Phantom, I'm not threatening you or intimating that I'm going to reveal you or anything, who you are. This is, in fact, a genuinely serious message to the Phantom. It's from one of our French fans on camp. It's Madame Novakovic in Chalet 429, and she'd like to say hello, bonjour to the Phantom. Apparently they've been great friends, and the Phantom's been very kind in the past to us. So there's a greeting to the Phantom from Madame Novakovic, one of the French fans. Isn't it great to have French? It is, though. They've driven over from all the way from France. Fantastic.
Here is an important message. It said, I probably can't pronounce this properly, but Griff Rhys-Jones, alias Fitz, come round and collect his shirt, otherwise I'm keeping it. And it's a love shy girl in Chalet 182. So Fitz, get round there and pick your shirt up.
The occupants, chalet number 271, invite you to a naughty, nighty party tonight, Monday the 3rd. Condoms not supplied. I'm not quite sure what that means, Rio. I mean, when I say I'm not sure what it means, I'm not sure if it's serious. If you do take this invitation up, could you remember that earmuffs are not supplied either for the neighbours of Chalet 271, so if you are going to have a party, do try and keep the noise down, or an alternative is to stay on in the ballroom a little bit longer and party. I know when I say that, we have to finish the disco when we finish. We can't carry the disco on, but if you want to carry on for 20 minutes or half an hour or so in the ballroom, stay in the ballroom for a little while. Don't go out and annoy your neighbours. Okay, Rob, is that fair enough? Oh, Rob Rushoutsmith sitting in the corner there. Okay, anything else there, Jenny? You're steering this one.
All jokes from here on in.
Name, Mr. X, message, why doesn't Sarah Green like... Oh, sorry, it's a joke. Sorry, 300 requested. That's it. Throw it away. It's a smutty one. Yeah, sorry. Right, any more serious ones?
No, I think we're...
That's it, isn't that? Okay, you got some Zooks?
Yes, where is Zook this year?
Yeah, where is Zook this year? For those of you not in the know, Zook the Spook was once a regular on TVE. Zook was a character, that's the best we can say. He was a big black chap who used to mooch into the studio, do his little bit and mooch out again. He made a guest appearance last year. We haven't seen much of Zook this year. Anybody seen him this year? Oh, I'll tell you what, hang on a sec, we might even have. Is it, Bob, have we got the technology to do it?
Oh, yes,
Can we link up, in fact, direct with Strangeways and get Zoot on? We might be able to get... Hang on, we'll just keep... Bob, give us the signal when you've got Zoot. Anything else there serious, Terry?
Yes, we've got some more people who seem to think that the Phantom is Kelvin Ford. Our friend Isaac from Chalet 20 says so it's £1 he owes us because it isn't.
And he thinks that Andy Bacon is the caveman?
Yeah,
that's another £1 he owes, £2 he owes.
Chalet 42 still think that the caveman is Kelvin, so...
No, Phantom is Kelvin.
Oh, well, one and the other. Right. So that's another £1 they owe us. We told him this morning. Also, Chalet 446 says Kelvin is the Phantom, so £1 from there, please.
And Bob's indicating here that we've got Zook the Spook.
Sound-wise,
Visions.
This is it, folks. Again, another first for TVE at Hemsby for the first time ever, coming canned to you from courtesy of, whose video is it? Phantom's video. Courtesy of the Phantom's video we have, in all his glory, but not in his sound, Zook the Spook. See, folks, there he is, that Zook the Spook in all his glory, in all his technicolor glory. No black and white with Zook the Spook, it's all black. Oh, there he goes. This is a video that the Phantom made. That's Jonesy being ripped. That's Jonesy, that's a sponsored whipping. This is a video that the Phantom made, the best of TV. Oh, this is up for auction, isn't this? This is up for auction, smart. These are clips taken from TVE over the years. As you can see, the standards have risen dramatically. Yes, that's what they used to call that stuff, Terry. Let's say wearing the same tracksuit again on this one. There it goes again. Is that you singing Little Bobo? Get off being a speeder. Horrible sight, huh? Oh, there's Zook again. Oh, Zook interviewing Elton John. Oh, the invisible man.
I can't see it.
Keith Harris, also.
Horrible to one going up and down. I don't want to get phoned in every clip.
Jonesy and Terry. I'm going over to the beat of the shaving bird. Yeah, reading the TV email, the jokes kept flooding in that ear. Who's that this is?
That says Elvis Festival.
Oh yeah, that's what Elvis Festival's here this year, yeah, Elvis Festival. Yes, our famous leader, yes, there he is. Always throwing fated choppers again. Everything's getting on the line. You can say pictures now. And this is for auction, is it, for the charity? Oh, brilliant. I might put a bid in for this one, I think. I'll put a bid in of a tenner. I'll bid a tenner for this, okay? Put that down, sorry, tenner. Tenner. Brilliant backing music, isn't it? Yeah, that's what it's like if you're living on the road. Wasn't that Jonesy Minor Times on this one? great, thanks, Bob. So there we are. What's he called that, Bob? Has he given a title after? It's on the wall.